sink in, it can become part of us, and then we can really actualize it in our lives. So beyond the artistic aspect of it, trying to be creative about it, it is that way. It's an intentional method for us to recite the creed so that it can become part of us, and then everybody masters it. So that's what I think.
You think the idea would not fire? Okay, question.
Okay. I brought the suggestion because we've been reciting this for the past 3 weeks. How many weeks have you been in the house now? I'm not counting. We've been reciting this for the past 5 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, and I believe we have realized it. Even if they wake you up from sleep now, you can recite the creed without saying words. So we're making it different. I didn't say anything wrong with it. I am one of you. We of the God clan. And at the end of it, we join the fathers to say, welcome home, everybody. So I don't see anything wrong with it, because as it is now, the creed is part of me. There are times, even when I pray my sacred prayers, I pray the creed. Not that I go to the formal document to check where I was one of them before I pray. In my sacred prayers, I pray the creed. And that is to say, it is part of me already. It's inside.
Okay, so I get your point. Now, take for instance our national anthem or our pledge. It will be somehow to say, you say, arise, O compatriots, Nigeria call obey. We say it together.
The pledge.
We say,
We've
even
done
the pledge
in that way before somewhere.
No, if it's a presentation, it's a different thing. But if you are reciting it because you are a Nigerian and you are in the midst of Nigerians, you say it together.
It wasn't a presentation, it was a formal gathering, a normal gathering. We've done the pledge like that before.
Anyways, that's my reason for expressing my thoughts.
Well, me, I just feel we should take it the way it is, the way the fathers have placed it. If they needed us to spice it up or stylishly do it, they would have said from the onset. Sorry. So we can do that maybe when you're doing it personally or individually with somebody, but when a guest comes, instead let's reduce the tempo. Instead of let's reduce the tempo. I am one of them. We are of the God's plan. We are part of the strategic matter. The tempo should be reduced. Let's not increase the tempo in such a way that anybody we are doing it for will be finding it difficult to understand what we are saying. So I don't think sharing it that way, being a creed, is more like a pledge. More like a pledge, being a creed. So for patriotic citizens of Nigeria, if you stand before the president of Nigeria, if we go before the president of Nigeria, I believe he won't love us take the pledge like that. If you go to meet the president of Nigeria now and Abigail said, I pledge to Nigeria, my country, and I said, to be faithful, loyal, and honest. Pastor said to serve Nigeria with all my strength. I don't know, I just feel we should just do it. There's something in unionism. There's something about saying something together. There's a level of, unity in doing things together. So we sharing it that way might not really go well for me personally. So let's just retain it the way it is. If the fathers have plans for anything contrary to what we are doing now, they will tell us. So that's my opinion.
Okay. And here I want to say something. Him talking about reducing the tempo while reciting it. I want to make a demand or an appeal that whenever we're reciting our psalms in the morning, please let's reduce the tempo, because some persons are just far ahead while others are still coming behind. Then others are in the middle, and at the end you finish this one will now finish it as if we're just dropping our songs one after the other. Please, let's reduce the tempo of our songs in the morning too, because we're doing this together. So we should start together and end together. Not that somebody will not see you, this one is a fast reader, this one is a slow reader, then this one is scrolling behind. So it's not too proper. I've been noticing it for a long time now. It's not too proper too.
And then, sorry, Sam, concerning the psalm, I don't know, just like what he was saying, that because he made some things to be the way it was in his regime, we just felt, oh, this is how it should go. Like, even when during my regime, I told some people, psalm or proverb, but yet they keep, I don't know if it was what the Spirit was telling them to just get, I wanted it to like, it's not just psalm, any scripture of the Bible you feel it is, how do I put it, it is motivating for the day, that you can say affirmatively every day, like you're professing something to yourself, like Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd, today I shall not want, like you're confirming something. Say it out, it must not necessarily be a psalm. I tried it during my tenure, but unfortunately those people I told, they still went back and opened psalm, because I categorically told them psalm or proverb. Let's have something different that is, you know, that we can say. But I don't know, we have 8 days, so please, any other person that is, it's not like it was the father's house rule that he started it, and I believe the Spirit led him to do it, so we shouldn't be too bottlenecked to that style of doing things. Let's look at other scriptural references or scriptural readings that will benefit us, or that will give us. There are some reading that you will take, and then it will stick in your head all through that day, like the one of yesterday. I think it was yesterday or today that the Lord blessed the works of my hand. I've been saying today, but I've been saying it but I've been saying it since today, inside my heart, and I've been saying it. So, you know, looking at so many other portions of the Bible that can help you profess something for the day, it must not necessarily be from Psalms. So let's try and, you know, look at it that way.
Okay. Well, we gathered here today, this evening. It sounded like a wedding. For something different apparently, which is the review for the movie, and God has led us to do something more, which is actually more constructive. To review ourselves, to review our own movie.
Rema, you preach this one, let's move.
Reviewing your own movie.
It is the Lord who shows mercy. So perhaps this whole session was ordained by God from the beginning, because as it turns out, the Father has still not called. So, but we've been able to achieve something really worthwhile. Well, I'm just occupying a chair like every other person. There's little to nothing I can do as a person than to follow all the precedents that has been set. When I leave here, another person sits here as the VOF, and so on and so forth, and it continues on and on. So there's little anybody can actually do in this set. Only 2 people can do something that would be worthwhile. Number 1 person are the organizers of the event, of the project. They could say, okay, you guys do this, you guys don't do this, you guys do that, and it becomes a law. The number 2 person is the custodian of the Father's House reality TV show. And who is the custodian of the Father's House reality TV show? It is you. It is me. Everybody. They are the only people who can make it work. Well, if you say, the VOF, someone said something, the VOF, this is your boardroom. That is a wrong assertion. Which boardroom? I don't know they hear you.
I was the one that said it.
Okay, you're the one that said it.
The meaning to me is
No, I understand where you're coming from.
Correct.
I understand where you're coming. It's not a literal expression.
Yes,
Yeah, I understand
it's
you
not.
perfectly. But just for clarity,
It's not
it's our boardroom, every one of us. And just as there are etiquettes in real life, in our everyday living, there are also etiquettes in the boardroom. In fact, there are etiquettes everywhere. When you get to the lobby of a hotel or the reception of a formal environment, there are etiquettes. I'm not sure anybody will just walk into the lobby or the reception of an office and say, "Hey, I hear you there. I'm looking for." What will end it is maybe 2 slaps and security will drag you, no matter who you be. You know, that's etiquette. The boardroom etiquette. There are dining room etiquette. There are your sitting room etiquette, your bedroom etiquette. Everywhere there are etiquettes to apply. Wisdom is knowing when, where, and how to apply them. Someone also said something, we're not children, we're not barbarians. There's a civil way of, well, I beg to differ on that. Some people are not as civil as you hope they be. You hope they are, rather. The problem we have as human beings is thinking that everyone is like us. Or thinking that everyone thinks like us. That has never been, will never be, and still isn't. The earlier we get used to that as human beings, the better our lives turn out. And that's not a bad thing, if you ask me. It's a good thing, because it's the sign of our uniqueness. You can't think like me. You can be like me. The moment you try to want to be like me, you lose you. And that's a big thing. Because when you lose you, God himself loses you. Praise God.
Hallelujah.
But there are common things that we should know. There are common things that we should do. Civility is an essential part of life. And outside the Father's House reality TV show, it will save me, to save you a great deal from life. It will help you get to places. It will bring you before kings. The ability to use words constructively. Communication, my goodness. I think after oxygen, communication is the next most important thing, because you can literally be made or broken through communication. And I want to give you a contract. Is your ability, I personally value, I've gotten a job I was not qualified for because of communication. We were talking earlier today when they were making the cast, selecting the cast of the movie, and I said, I think it's my mafia suit that made them give me CA director. It was you guys who said it was communication. These things are important. But another factor is, in the country we live in, things have gotten so, abnormal things have gotten out of hand that they've become so normal to us, and that is the case, apparently. We live in a world, in this part of the world, where a person just comes out and is saying, Ademado, you don't know me, Ademado. Like you're literally affirming to yourself in your sane disposition that you are mad. And the Bible says what? That there is power in the tongue. Life and death rests in that tongue. But you're out there affirming to yourself that I demand. You no know me, I decrease so. Now say God find me quick. God never find you. Now you still find God. That's the truth. A great deal of the New Testament, which forms a major chunk of our modern day religion, or modern day faith, emphasizes on one particular thing: love, godly character, modesty. All other things follow. If these things are evident in our lives, we will not be having this conversation tonight. Because if I think about what I'm about to say and it's going to hurt my sister close to me or my brother, I won't say it. Or I'll look for a way to say it. I know a good number of people who have met me personally in the house say, I say, at this house, what I will do. Some persons have felt broken, hurt by words of other people. Some people have even cried in this house by words of other people. We're talking about the boardroom, not just the boardroom, all over the house. It has been one hell of a charade. One big charade. There's a reason why God is bringing this before us tonight. It's not just because we want to review ourselves here in the Father's House reality TV show. It's because we need to review our entire lives, even outside this house, and pinpoint one or two things that we need to consciously and strategically work on in our lives, even if it's one of the things we leave the house with. Civility. Coming back to the boardroom, there's also this part, I wrote it down so I won't forget. Excuse me. There's also this part about the competition aspect. If nobody's willing to say it, I'll say it. At the subconscious, should I even say subconscious? Because it is in the conscious of some persons in the house. It's there. And being driven by that alone already is a motivational factor in the behaviors that we portray as the day goes on. Some of us are not being our true selves because of that factor, the competition factor. There was one time we almost got physical in the house, the green party and the white party. And what happened? Competition factor. Some of us are, and it's still not a bad thing. If you ask me, in my opinion, it's still not a bad thing. That's why there are no specifics. When Apostle Paul was saying a lot of things, he emphasizes a great deal of modesty in all things. Because you can't pinpoint, don't eat this book, don't do this, it's endless. How many would you be able to? If you're able to pick this in the Bible today, a new thing is going to come out in the next 100 years that you did not mention it. So just be modest in everything. So even with your competitive spirit, which will take you far in life, because you're not taking no for an answer. You're not a loser. You're out there and you're dogged in your approach. You will know when you are going over the line. You will know when you're stepping on others just to climb. And that's godly character. So a lot of people have that as a motivational factor, and it's affecting. Then there's also what one of us also said now. He said this is a reality show, and the organizers have not said anything about it, which means it's okay. It's okay to fight, it's okay to scream, it's okay to cry, it's okay to nag. Maybe that's just who you are, suppressed. Circumstances reveal us sometimes. Situations reveal us. A part of us we never even thought that we had. The other day, when it seemed like the yellow man would walk into this boardroom and we heard a scream. Okay.
Seriously, I'm choking, Father. If somebody like me can feel heat, then the heat is intense. Because this is the thick. If you use anything and shorts, it's not about being big. You're not used to it. It's not that you're not used to it, you're not used to it. If you use shorts, you know, say you're shorts. You shorts on your body. It's not because you don't use it before. You don't use it before, so it is strange. It's wrong. I don't understand what you're saying. This thing is reaching this place. I never see us with the makeup artist looking for the makeup. And they said it's a shot of the money. It's shots of the shot of the money. She doesn't use it, it is her mother. And they don't give it to you. And they don't give it to you. So they give her the short one. And she was comfortable. In fact, the short is standing by force. People can ask for scanty news. My lashes are always in eye for school. I use glasses. And I wear lashes under my glasses. My lashes must not touch me. This one, I cannot wear it. So I understand what you are saying. Not because I read them. I understand this. I'm making all these things really basic. Not like they are really fixing to. My roommates, they found them because one day she fixed it. The rest of them. She fixed it, they did her. That person was just celebrating because of Why did she say that? You don't
have to do all that, but when you can list this video, at least let them do something.
Me, I put in powder. Yes, so I can somebody who knows how to draw this thing like this, like this, what we draw.
Yes, pull it close, do this black thing, it's always fine. But again, sometimes nobody's telling you to put green and red and blue. You can even put lashes. They have become in sizes actually.
Oh my makeup artist, I do.
You don't have to do
why would you be the kid? No, I said there's no makeup artist. I'm not doing what you want.
Look at Rose. She's really ready for me. It is no. What is it? She's ready for the wedding. She's ready.
Okay. You don't decorate for school. The session will be brief so that we can rest a while, because as it turns out, we will have another session later tonight again. Yeah. But for now, you are getting your movie names, your character names, rather. So, I start with Steven. You are playing OVA. OVA. You go by the name OVA. OVIE. Okay. Val, you go by the name Agent Chris. Chris. Kishi, you go by the name Venus. Venus, like the planet Venus. It's actually pronounced Venus.
My brother now Venus. Come to Nigeria.
Okay.
Don't put me for Aurora.
Blessing, without the S. Lady Silk.
So they tell you worldwide. International.
Blessings with the S. Ajara.
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 Is it H or where is H?
My son.
Tony Greatness.
Sir.
You go by the name Virus. Gospel. You go by the name Sleeper. People who makes a person who makes people sleep. Sleeper. To sleep, then ER. To sleep, like sleeper.
No, not sleepers. Not sleepers. Sleep the ER.
SLEEP.
No, it's
Gil.
Alhamdulillah.
You go by the name Dunia. I called you that earlier.
I gave birth to you now. I gave birth to you.
Wilfred. You go by the name Agent Fox.
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 F-O-X. Fox.
What agent?
Be fashion. No be agent fashion.
Agent Fox.
Abigail. You go by the name Sharon Mensah.
That's
Yes.
Ghana. A mix of Nigeria and Ghana. So,
David. You go by the name Prince Cash.
Cash.
Again, na money, again, na dollar. Now, what
That's
you finish with money, you can't give remember.
Ifunaya. You go by the name Sade.
So they don't finish my money.
Rose. You are known as East Queen.
East Queen, that's one. Okay, the East Queen. Okay.
And then Ayomide. You go by the name Shino.
I saw you read
Shino.
What do you want?
Call me D. Doom.
So
Shino shine.
the father will call further review details, but it will be a brief review session because we will have another one today again, so we can rest in between. As it was already established in the morning today, we have to work late. So let's just psych ourselves up and prepare ourselves ahead. It's going to be a long 8 days, according to the father. Yes, boss.
Okay, so once the father calls again for the next briefing, please kindly help us to chip in. Do we have to come here again like this?
Okay, that will be done.
Yes, sir.
You have to leave
Yes,
fast because we got to come.
Ajara. Is it
Mama Dunia. Mama
is it H or A?
You come, I didn't come back. I said, you are separating me and she from
So they don't try back.
Don't say
What the father said that I heard was
I will
Ajara.
say it.
That was confused.
Yeah, they can call it Ajara.
That was confused.
When shall we call him Junior?
Oh man, that is. She just
You know Yoruba.
Yeah, Yoruba guy. Yoruba guy who Yoruba haka.
Escash. Escash.
Then it can say no enter.
Is it your Escash?
Escash. China.
China you was on collecting.
So,
Bí àwọn ọmọ
you
Yorùbá yìí.
fell in love with the Yoruba girl.
Nah, this is a bad
You
game.
fell in love with the
Shade?
What happened with the Yoruba
What's the
girl?
essence? One that knows that if Nana likes more,
Hey.
and she should have
Escash.
I didn't know I was saying that. She was saying that. She knows that I'm going to tell
Let me
her.
tell you my name Shade.
But not so this.
The full name is Bola Shade. The meaning is that she is well. Crown is
Shine around.
wealth is your crown. Ofiola Shade Orie. Ofiola Shade Orie.
Okay, that's the full name.
If National Day is not going to give you money, I'm going to give you money. Just touch me, I give you money. Men are done.
He's your ATM
This
machine.
person
I'm
very
ready.
Money will come out.
Is Yoruba name. Ask her.
I know it's a Yoruba.
Shade
Criminal.
If they argue with Yoruba person, anybody that is wearing Shade.
Get one that is
Just touch me, I give you money.
I don't know about it, but any Yoruba person wearing Shade, Bola Shade.
Good.
Do you know I like Shade more than China?
What's the other one? Like world. This world is not my home.
X-Man.
Jewelries.
K.
And I
So
X-Man.
you're a child of the world.
K-Baba.
K-Baba.
Child of the
No,
world.
that's my
K-Baba.
name. Dunia.
Yes, that's what it is.
But you know this.
You're a child of the world.
Queen Host. Coast of the Queen. I mean, the Queen of the Coast. Okay, East Queen.
Not the queen of the coast now. Not the queen of the coast again now. Don't miss her name.
Danger.
Shine on.
Virus.
My own is Dunia.
Virus.
New world, like world.
You gave you the name.
Not tired. But not for the
Virus.
Venom.
I don't tire.
Lady V.
So remember what we said, we don't say pastor in Ghana, we say pastor.
Golden penny pasta.
What's that anything?
Oh, very weird.
That's what I said. They give you guys some names now.
What is that?
He just
Okay.
Hajira, Mama Dunia. Mama Dunia.
Ajara.
Mama Dunia. Go come. You cannot speak Hausa. You cannot speak Hausa.
I don't know.
Kai na aike ka abin da kai ya wuni.
What you said is very script.
No, I'm Hajara already.
See, I do the English one.
That's not the basics. Just one thing that should be called
Oh, your bro.
Why?
Speak English.
Yeah, something like that.
It's most of Hausa, I'm a Nigerian.
You know she's a
Lady.
the mother should sound like that when you give a couple.
Then you call interpreter.
Lady what?
It's seal.
You know, Chili. La ilaha.
It is.
Yeah, yeah.
Silk. S-I-L.
La ilaha. They are kidnapping you.
I'm just
La
trying to
ilaha.
play with the name.
Now me try.
Wayo Allah. Na shiga uku.
No, na shiga
Na shiga duhu.
When you see me.
Duniya.
Dunia. La ilaha. Pelaka.
Okay. We have to use the next 20 minutes. 7:10. So by 7:30 we should be done with this segment. To use the next 20 minutes to get some of our attitude and accent right, according to our roles. Our accent and our attitudes. Now, with your casting, your characters, you all have an idea of what you are to replicate, to do, or to say, or what it could or should be like. So we will take turns to address every role rather in 20 minutes. Maybe we'll just give you like 30 seconds or thereabout to do something and do it constructively. Now we're talking about constructive, how did we put it again? Constructive analysis, constructive scrutiny the other time. So we can help. The Father said we can help. We can do it two ways. If you don't have a scene in your head, because there's no script, the Father said the script will be out before the next session holds later tonight. For now, we are to improvise. We can create a script for you collectively and you act it out in 30 seconds. If we notice some rough edges or where it needs to polish, we just chip it.
Sorry to comment.
Both acting and talking.
I thought you said accent, just the accent.
Accent and attitude. So if we notice maybe one or two things, we can just impute it so you can adjust. If you have a scene in your head you'd like to just play out, kindly feel free to. If you have a scene you want to play out and you need a partner for the scene, kindly feel free to use someone. If you want to act alone, you're still free to do that. If you want to act with someone, you're still free to do that. So we will go with the first name on our list, Stephen OVA. We'll go with the first. From now onwards, as far as this movie is concerned, we will be relating with you according to your character names.
Wow.
Hey, yo.
As far as this movie is concerned.
So what's your role again, Steven? You don't want to work with me again, Abby?
Mama, I think we should do
I want to kill you, Sherry. It's a movie. I'm not. So we'll call based on the fact that you don't want to work with me because of the course I'm trying to.
Okay, we don't have a lot of time, so we'll start with OVA. You've got 30 seconds. Okay, questions. Let's take questions.
Kishi,
Since we want, that's the
let them just
improvised
interact
session.
now. Since their role is almost the same, so let them interact.
Okay. And what kind of interaction would it be since they're on the opposite side? So
We're
she,
here on opposite sides.
They were working together.
So I'm discovering the fact that it's currently like bailing out on me and trying to like share my cause. So
Yes, the accent, the terminologies, the
exactly. So I don't want to make him the opposite idea because I want to
that's what I'm saying here.
no, it's not a real life script. It's just hypothetical. It could even be the engine of the film. Anything that's applicable.
We just have to do something.
Ask anything at all.
Shino, ọ̀dà ìṣe Shino ṣe aláàtìwọlé.
I don't understand the
Virus.
Hey, guys, I'm here.
opinion. Then I want to represent.
Okay. OVA and Venus, please take the front row. Stand
You say
at the
attitude.
front.
I want to sit down. We're talking now.
No, you have to act it out. You have to get the attitude and the accent. So we all have to say it. So you guys can work on what you want to say at the front, briefly go over it, and when you're ready to start, you let us know.
So basically, I'm trying to share my opinion. Not really share my opinion, ask for your opinion. How you feel about
Finish all this in 20 minutes realistically.
Yes, we can. If everyone just has something in their hand and just goes and play it, it's not you're not auditioning again. You're just doing something.
Something like if I want to say she the newscaster is the way she's supposed to scream on. What is going on? Okay, no, that's good. Yeah.
One house, please. One house, please. OVA and Venus. We're waiting for you. We just have less than 15 minutes now, or 17 minutes.
Please, can I say something? I don't think this will work. I'm assuming. We can be here for over 40 minutes. Let's look at the character and ponder on the character. If we want to act the character, we'll have to go over this character over and over again, and we may not be able to achieve what we have 20 minutes. I don't think this is feasible. It will take about 10 minutes to achieve what they're about to do. I will tell them, cut. Everybody is a director. I've said it before. We two notebook for you. By the time we start collecting them now, it will take about 10 minutes.
Okay. You guys didn't get it when I said it earlier. But not like acting, like you're auditioning. You know, you are not auditioning. Doesn't have to be perfect. You already know you are a computer expert. You already created a scene. You're bailing out on me. I'm just trying to talk to you to think about what we're doing. Finish. That is all. This will not take 30 seconds. And the correction part, the correction part is not correcting you, then you have to act it again. I have to get it perfectly. Not at all. Once you're done with your 30 seconds, we then say, okay, maybe you should work on this and work on this, and that is it. You come back to your seat, the next person.
Understand the role.
That's just it. Anything. Father is watching. These are the specific instructions of Father. He just wants to see how you can. He just wants to watch your. That's all. No, they can't sit down. How can they get their attitude?
The answer, let's watch them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's start.
We are listening. We are watching. Don't distract them.
Okay, cut. Sorry. Let me set another guideline. Nobody talk apart from the 12. And when you are done, every custodian will applaud. Then you come take your seat before maybe 1 or 2 inputs, and that is it. Okay. So you have 30 seconds, please. Your time starts now when you're ready.
Do you feel I was able to find out that you were trying to build a home?
I don't get that. I really don't understand what you mean.
So I've been getting information from people that you're trying to leave a cause we are trying to fight together for. So can you explain that whole thing right now?
Venus, I don't know when we go to this point as regards that. I was still asking you.
Why are you trying to act smart with me?
Okay, Venus. I think the last time we had this conversation.
Thank you very much. That was nice. Thank you.
And the code is good.
No, I like it.
It's okay. It's awesome.
Your roles don't really need much. You are the soft, calm, farmer. You are the hotter, more daring.
Let's do this.
1 or 2 inputs. Any inputs? In the absence of none, let's move ahead. So we already took Obi and Venus. We move to Agent Chris, and let's take 3 at once. Agent Chris, Lady Silk, and Agent Fox. Let's take a tree at the moment.
Agent Fox. Agent Fox.
Agent Fox.
We'll be like,
Agent
Do what, daddy?
Okay.
I'm trying to speak outside.
No seconds.
So not speak
I'm like the senior agent. You're like the one who have intel. So I'm like asking what the current search
For my son now.
what's the name of the military screen? What do we have in this screen?
Okay, just if I don't, what I had was probably a phone call, a phone thing. That was what I had in my mind. I know because you were always on the move, always on the communicating. I don't know.
Well, currently we're in the office now, so we're here. We're just trying to. So I'm trying to like get intel that I can relate to maybe the secretary or something. So I'm asking both agents, just 10 seconds or something. All right.
We are watching.
Agent Fox,
Yeah, Agent Chris.
how you doing today?
I'm good.
What's her name again?
Lady
Alex. Always looking good, I say.
Thank you.
What's the 411 on the East Queen?
I think you have something to say about that.
Yeah, we have been carrying out some investigations, and it's not been very easy.
Court, not investigation. we're not the FBI. The FBI does that. We're the CIA.
They are CIA.
We have intel. We have new intel.
We've received a new
We've received the new intel.
on this screen from the source in.
Right?
She's not with CIA, but she's quite planted. So for now, she's still
intel from our source
or informant
that has encroached on the camp in the camp of the East Queen, and we are closing in on her. Case closed.
We just need to do.
Let's just do that just the next 10 minutes. Okay.
10 seconds.
10 minutes.
10 seconds, sorry. Agent Fox. Sorry.
There's
This
this
today.
number that they use. What's the ETA?
The
Exact
ETA
is
extension time or arrival.
Yes.
So that's not.
So I think those
We don't
ones
need
are.
to use them.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
If they say DOA, they say you can do.
All right. Agent
I
Fox.
know how they use code.
Looking good today. Lady Silk. Always looking good, I say. Agent Fox. What's the 411 on the East Queen?
I and Lady Silk were working on something. I think she has something to say.
Yes, actually, we received a new intel from our source, and she's directly working with the East Queen.
We don't have time for lapses. We got to close this. I mean, this is super important.
I agree.
Oh, okay. 1 hour time. I want more news on my table. ASAP. Thank you.
All right.
I like that part that you say more news. It's not new. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not news. It's
We know about this place. We have
That's right.
It's a Noe.
I like the fact that you play your character. You're slow.
Noe people.
We flow.
If
If I want you,
she has the answer.
You see, well, I share information with you already. So you can go in and share with them.
No, we should be spy. What's spy? Very close to the room and just
All right.
House. So we take Ajara and Prince Cash. So
okay.
suggestion, you're seeing now there's news of kidnapping that your fiance is already kidnapped, your brother or your son is already kidnapped. So one way or the other,
Let's do phone call.
They didn't kidnap us though.
They not enough also. Now them they kidnap.
They don't know where.
okay, no, they kidnapped. Sorry.
They have been kidnapped.
Okay, can you guys do
But we
something?
can't just enter the scene just being kidnapped. There must have been a
Act
plan.
like you guys are trying to talk. You're trying to like just check up on him. He's your brother.
You guys are related.
Let them ask separate.
I wanted to ask.
They are relatives to the
cyber
You go act with me
I wanted to
separate.
ask.
What I wanted to suggest was you're already kidnapped. You are in the place of captivity. So you are just talking about. So how did you get into this? Is my this? Oh, is my this case closed? 10 seconds.
With blessings, I mean.
Yes.
You did kidnap Prince. Prince Ash.
Prince Cash.
All your money is kidnap. Imagine. You think the money is an evil boy. They too stingy. Don't be saying
I don't know who
I
nabbed
said
them.
kidnap is catch.
That's right,
They kidnap
I don't
them
know.
for
They
because
kidnap us because
The
they
CIA is
kidnap
like- they can
us.
so that if we don't say the word, they
Kidnap
die.
us.
Look at it. That they will die if we don't say the
Okay,
word.
like they are leveraging on the family.
That's what we say. No, I'm serious. I
But
noticed
there's something here. I don't think it's the CIA that will kidnap.
They will never even kidnap.
I think it's the bad guys that kidnapped.
Yes.
That if you guys fix it,
No.
then you don't think.
Hold on, she's reading.
and will be killed.
Okay, fine. You know what? Act like you are kidnapped now.
That's what you said.
Or you just act like you are kidnapped.
Exactly what you read to us.
What he
here.
read to us.
Okay. The father will give us clarity on that. So just act like you're kidnapped now and you're talking to each other. How did you get to this? What happened?
Are we trying to
What is the sentence?
So we are kidnapped now, right?
Yeah, we have been kidnapped. That's why kidnapped the Renat. But it's cash.
Central.
I have
Very
kidnapped.
central.
I don't want to kidnap you.
Central Intelligence Agency.
That's a ego.
That's the ego. I wanted to add this logo with the F9 because kidnap. I'm not. I'm seeing you straight.
You don't even show me say you get money, you say kidnap. Yes, cash.
When you under.
Thank you.
No, I thought I mean, I don't. How? That means how did we get into this thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know, my name is Prince Cash. I can't understand. This is really serious. This is serious. What do we do? What do we do? Where is my bodyguard?
My son, Junior. How did you get into this?
But I just think you should relax because you know, women, you like this your thing of making noise. Let's me listen well.
Kidnap is the Nigeria you think about. Nigeria they kidnap.
Put me inside this day that they
Nigeria don't kill me. You don't kill me.
Thank you. Here we go.
You see your mama as old as she is.
Okay. Now we will take Virus, Shade, and Shino together.
Shino Ayomi.
Call my name.
And Junior.
Virus. Don't walk like that.
Is the virus walking?
What class?
Can I suggest something?
Please do.
You guys can do whatever you want, but just a suggestion.
Suggest.
So Virus is like the kingpin. He doesn't really have that much idea of hacking, but he has information with top people somewhere. So when there's a big job, he's the one who usually brings information to you guys. You guys are the hackers.
It's the plug.
And so Virus, now you're having a meeting with Virus, and Virus is telling you about a deal that is about to break, and it's a big one, and you guys are like, wow, this is good. Oh, we'll do it this way. Something simple like that.
That will
Things like
Nothing.
it's not linking.
It's here, it's your head. That's the end of it.
Okay, are we good?
Your husband no dey there, lady Shadi.
I'm a Shadi lady.
Even I got set right leg. Okay, let's go. There.
The real winner.
Junior.
Rubik's.
Junior.
Rubik's in your what?
Shadi, good to see you.
See you too.
Shino. The ever energetic Shino. Shino, listen, guys. Quick one. We have some stuff to try.
Make I roll this
on what? This matter serious. If we pull this one, everything we don't pick before the small bar. And as in, you see all the alarm with the enter the small bar. If you pick this one, so if you add everything together, you don't reach. So, Shino, I need you to be on your gears. You know what next you will do now. Your assignment, you know. You know every. So right now, this one.
Now only the
Don't need to do it.
I think it's not too late, Sha. You missed the calling in acting.
Wait, okay.
Seriously, but that's stuff on that day. I've seen it once or twice.
You say you miss your calling.
You have this natural acting thing.
Yes.
It's natural.
That's what that's where she that's why she does. Okay, let's do this.
Alright, we take one more. We take Sleeper and Venus.
Papa don't forget it, boss. So he wants shoot me. Now we
You don't begin to.
Now we said it.
Alright, we take Sleeper and Venus. So Venus is giving Sleeper an information of someone who he needs to snipe tonight.
So I want to give me like I want to do a monologue.
Monologue?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
No, wait, no, let's maybe.
Alright.
Okay.
Hello, ladies. Can you hear me? Take him to the window. To the window. I repeat, to the window.
Hold on, take over.
Copy. Yes, sniper.
Gradually.
Shoot is not it.
Just say sleeper.
Very good. I'm on him now.
Nice.
Make him stay there.
Now we do.
Make him stay there.
On 3.
2, 1. Leave now.
That was a great one. Okay, let me just add something. While you're talking to make sure your hand is here.
Yeah,
Make sure
That's what I was saying.
Because actually, you understand.
I wish we could handle.
Since you're the one talking, she is listening, she doesn't have to put her own hand.
However, modern technology, they touch
Yes, now.
Airport.
Modern technology.
You want talking,
It was only.
Are you kidding me?
So modern technology.
Oh, God, won't me. What do we
And
talk
inside
like?
this room,
This small plug, they don't plug like this. They didn't hold anything.
act like they're even because they just
We can't show them the watch.
Okay.
They will bring an event in this very place. They're going to walk out like this.
and they are talking.
Next. Alright, next.
Alright.
We'll leave you.
Then the last but not the least,
Yes, sir.
the East Queen.
Your own is different. You just did one word, only you one.
No, not last but not least.
The East Queen and Venus. Because apparently Venus will have a lot of.
You're working for
All journalists and this.
She, journalist and his queen. What does it matter?
No, that they can't.
They don't get
She's investigating.
Don't worry.
She knows people with
The journalist don't care. She goes.
Okay, maybe
the faces.
okay, we'll play the journalist with someone. I will help her ask questions. East Queen and she can play monologue. Exactly. Okay, East Queen and Venus, please. So Venus, East Queen is telling Venus, is trying to tell Venus of the new plan or make Venus see the bigger vision of what they are supposed to do and how she's important to the team and how important it is to her people.
the urgency of the
I get that.
I just want to keep on his straight pitch. Stand like someone who has authority. Stand and
You can't hear yourself, just speak the normal tone.
Just play your role.
Yes, outside.
So now Venus with the hot cake for this drama.
Venus,
Thank you.
what do you have for me? I don't have time. Just hit it.
Nice.
Venus is laugh.
I thought they said she was big out plan.
Okay.
You can tell us something.
Maybe she wants to add. Maybe she wants to add something. Okay, we can create. Hold on. We can create a nursing for what she just did. Now, you have already started embarking on the project. She wants report.
So give her a report.
Okay.
But if you have small time,
How could the face scream?
because you go fit to have you.
Alright, let's go.
Venus, why are you here? If there's no important news about what I have told you, please don't waste my time. What do you have to tell me?
So basically, you have to listen to me on this one.
I don't have that time.
You have to be careful.
Hit it.
So
you know those miscreants, I don't have time for them. Let me know so that if I have to consult my other, let them take them out. I don't have time for them.
You have to work with me on this. If you're not willing to listen to me, I can't help you.
I'm on this.
One observation. You can't talk to Iskri like that.
No, yeah, you cannot talk.
Iskri, you have to listen to him. You are dragging her. Iskri,
She's an authority.
Yeah.
You don't
So
even
you
know
just
how
try to calm her
say.
down. You should have known her.
You whatever time you go just shoot
I
you.
say she has to come.
Sleeper na guy. Sleeper go.
All right.
Sharon Mensah, can you give us a monologue, or would you like to pair?
You want to try a monologue?
But hold on, do investigative journalists
No, they don't monologue.
cast news? Like,
They
let's be
don't.
serious.
They don't.
They don't.
They are
They are even underdogs.
They are underdogs.
Look at what it said.
Investigative journalists.
They're not the
They investigate, they publish.
Journalists are not even TV.
They are not TV people. They are
We can make her act a way.
Let her do
She
monologue.
just
She's
got
getting her
the
research.
information, a new information. She's excited. Like,
Okay, could you
this is something I
sit? Could
can
you
work
sit
on.
where you are and you're on the system? Wow, like
she's seeing
you're
something.
going to do something
Information
relative to.
what they are acting on the movie.
I said this is awesome, this is good.
Finally, after 2 years.
That's right.
Yeah, you can walk in and sit by your laptop and then do whatever you feel like. Just use
Whatever
the
it is.
stage. All right, here you go.
Romance it.
This case has been giving me headache for way too long. Okay, how do I? Okay, this looks like. Okay. How does this link to? Okay, let's see. This date, this person walked into here. Okay, and at this same time, this. Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bukola.
Okay. For now, all right. Thank you, everybody. Celebrate yourselves. Questions, observations, contributions, suggestions. Any?
We can't actually know that because the script has not been given. Okay. Don't even know, it's just a rough sketch.
They are assessing it.
Okay. In the absence of none, we will adjourn the meeting temporarily. We are to reconvene at question mark GMT when the father calls
1 a.m.
and reveals the time. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Also, the father said to rest, maximize any little time you have to rest because it will be
Don't too much, go rest.
Almost no. We don't
And are we coming with our
I don't think so.
name is Abigail Omori. I am custodian 014, custodian 14. Okay, I realized recently in the world, in Nigeria basically, that there are a lot of people who have issues maintaining a job or even having a job in the first place. Many people can't take care of themselves. Many people can't have a livelihood, which is a very major problem in Nigeria. And because of this, we have increasing rates in poverty, we have increasing rates in crimes, because of the fact that people cannot have jobs and they find any way to get money. We have the unemployment rate, which is skyrocketing every day. We're being told that there are no jobs for us, which is a major problem. And this is where my project comes in. I call it Project Helping Hands. It comes in threefold. We have the skill acquisition aspect, we have the empowerment aspect, and we have the helping the needy aspect. We have 5 major skills. We have the baking, we have tie and dye, we have bag making, we have shoe making, and we have crocheting. These are the major aspects that we've picked. Now we are empowering these people to also go into the economy to be very good. That's where this empowerment comes in. So we train them very well, not 2 classes, not 2 months, not 2 weeks, but at least 2 months training. They are very good, and then we are empowering them to go in. And we also deal in mentorship, so they can ask questions constantly to make sure that they are very good at what they do, and they can always come back and follow us. Now helping the needy part is part of the project as well. For each and every of these classes, different projects will be done. We can have clothes made at the end of the day. We can have shoes and all of that. Every of the proceeds of each of the classes will be taken back into the community, because there are so many people who need these things but can't afford them, and most of them are like basic amenities. So every of them are taken back into the community. We are looking at ages 16 and above for any of the age groups, for any of the sex groups, either male or female. Those are the people that we're looking at. 16 because of the fact that that is when most people are done with secondary school, and that's what we want to target. We're looking to affiliate with people like Reddish Chronicle, with NGOs as well, who are interested in empowerment, and also religious bodies who are interested in empowering their people as well. Once again, I am Abigail Ohosa Omori. I am custodian 014, custodian 14. Please vote for my project. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ayomide, one of the fathers as reality TV project custodian. I happen to be custodian number 20. It's no news that the population of those with different disabilities in Nigeria is skyrocketing day by day, and we can likely link this to the fact that the present state of the country, the high level of insurgency, bad road, has left so many of them in the condition they are today. And this brings us to Project Disability. Project Disability is birthed from the word disability. It is majorly for the impaired, that is the disabled. The aim here is to make the society at large and this special individual see that there is actually ability in disability. That sounds good, I know. Just bridging the gap thing between those that are not and this special individual with a series of events that we've actually put in place, and innovative idea that are one of its kind. Firstly, we'll be having a 7-day skill acquisition empowerment scheme plus a trade fair, to empower them depending on their individual disabilities, and to also fund, that is to empower them. Secondly, we'll be having the first ever of its kind in Nigeria. This time is Impaired Nigeria, which is a platform, to bring these individuals out there. We have handsome men, we have beautiful men among them. We're bringing them out to the world. Lastly, we'll be having the first ever fashion runway show for people with disability. That is so amazing. I know that already. They've always wanted to show themselves, but there's this tag thing on them. This will be a platform to bring them together. And I must say, fashion is a good way to bring people together. Thank you very much. Please, I remain custodian number 20, and don't forget to vote for this idea. Thank you so much.
My name is Blessing Okomadu. I am custodian 021. I have come to discover that most students in Nigeria pass through school or the higher institution experiencing a lot of difficulty and undue stress.
Some of those difficulties I have noticed and even experienced include, but are not limited to, inability to access quality healthcare services, inability to purchase adequate study materials, and lack of proper guidance to purpose discovery. For this reason, I created a project titled the Blessing Initiative. Now, Blessing is actually an acronym for Building Life Essence by Sustaining Self in the Nature of God. This project will try to solve these problems I earlier mentioned by providing quality healthcare services to students as required by them, then also providing adequate study materials which will aid effective learning, and then lastly, organizing seminars or conferences where finding God and finding purpose, discovering purpose will be taught. So in general, this project will ensure the maintenance of physical, mental, and spiritual well-being of the young adult who is in school. Once again, my name is Blessing Okomadu, custodian 021021. Please vote for this project. It will be a blessing to you.
Hello, I am Blessings, custodian number 15 of the Father's House reality TV show. Yes, there is an anomaly I've discovered in the society. I am a woman, and whatever seems to touch a woman affects me so deeply. It pains my heart every day I go out and I see a fellow woman like me, a fellow lady like me, on the street, half naked, looking for money. When you ask, they'll tell you they're looking for money just to make ends meet. A woman will just go about, sell her body just to get money, to make ends meet. And I've come to discover, in the society, you see more of women with children, baby mamas. And I've had time to discuss with some of those baby mamas to ask why, what happened. And from my interaction with some women, some ladies like me, some will tell you, I have no one to help me. So for that reason, I entered into this. I met somebody to help me, and these women are so vulnerable. These ladies are so vulnerable because men, some of the men out there are just there.
There is a mistake
tomorrow they will miss. No, they will not miss. They will not give someone.
I should not miss. I thought someone will reach. I said someone will reach, but if you go reach, I will miss.
I'm not even like Papa.
I'm going to just take a good sleep. There's still people that don't like it.
They're not strong. The legish. The map will be a jet to buy the track. Before. Actually, because all of that on.
No, she said she didn't give me tea. She finished. I'm not waiting for that. So I'm done.
I'll open my phone. I can't do it and call to have.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that.
God bless you.
I can't do responsibly.
Water. Yes, eat it responsibly.
Yes, I'm taking my soup.
I'm taking
my soup.
Oh, wait.
I'm lórí.
So my meat is small.
Soup said don't finish. Today inside.
You still leave meat inside.
Yes, I knew that something like this.
I didn't have luck for meat today.
So I got small for this minute.
How many minutes did you do this soup?
They gave me.
How many minutes did you do this soup?
Is it 1.30? That's like that. No one I think on drive. You all know on the
30 minutes, 30 seconds is fine now. This is microwave.
1 minute.
For something of this quantity, 30 seconds. Hope they know that these things will start spoiling. See.
They should not do it tomorrow.
See.
They should not do it tomorrow.
This thing, no, we have a lot of food, but the problem is that they don't
They are not cooking any morning.
They want to cook it just
They want
once.
to be cooking once.
And it's not right now.
This thing now, it's in the morning like 50 now.
Let's do fried rice and plantain now.
They don't
Yeah,
fry
let's
am.
do
Na red oil and you fry am.
Fry it.
The plantain.
Okay.
Oh,
So what do we do?
and then you still use red oil.
They can use red oil, actually, they can.
Fried
They
rice
will allow it stay on fire for long. That's the
Fried
thing.
rice can go. Fried rice and plantain can go.
But since there's no oil, we can't do fried rice as well. Since there's no
Groundnut oil.
Okay.
We should do rice and stew.
This is
Red oil stew.
rest now. Red oil. Yes. Yes.
So that
This
was
is
so
egg here. Let them do egg sauce.
and plantain.
Egg sauce, then they will. No. Rice, egg sauce with plantain.
How I'm saying no.
There's a lot of food stuff.
No, there's no pepper. That's why I remember there's no pepper
There's
too.
pepper. now.
There's pepper.
There's no pepper.
Pepper. That black thing, na pepper there.
This one.
Yes, now.
That's why this small pepper cannot do 15 people, but they add egg. You don't understand what I'm saying? The way we did for that
So the
year.
egg will be like the stew itself.
Yes, that's it. The way we
No meat, just the plantain.
Yes. They buy the
This one
idea.
now, they no go carry am.
Eh?
They
Why?
no go buy the Selina your
The same way we did. Jimmy, they were the one that made the egg sauce now for the yam.
You know, when you're in the kitchen, you know, that's me.
This is the food deep surplus.
You know, I'm like my father. I don't cook it myself. I don't like to do organic flavor. When it comes to cooking, it's normal. Yesterday, we're not supposed to do anything again. Now me they talk and say we go chop. Ask Ayo. They say they're not eating anything. Now me say no, we will eat. Because the guy said to me, I didn't eat beans. I forgot to starve myself.
And they
When
no
there's
eat
something
their
like
food.
that.
Take a carry.
I think it was after the guys finished praying that they ate
I
back.
didn't eat like this. They ate noodles.
No, it's not beans, they are noodles. It was noodles we ate in the night.
They ate it too. We ate it together.
It's too strong.
I don't know.
What's my own name now?
I think it's harder maybe. Because it's the one that always make it slow.
Abigail.
Okay, they told that to me.
Abigail from what they are from.
Okay, ready.
I come on yesterday. Now you got pepper. Now even bite it again.
Sorry.
They come give us light water.
They chop, they're not going to give us water.
Why?
Our piece on the yellow.
As you know for chop, they no go give you water. People wey don chop for afternoon wey dey try use water go belle.
What's the name of
Doesn't
the
make
set?
sense. This way.
Is that huge?
If I did everywhere.
So that tomorrow, they can do
Your belly is right off the
fried egg
right.
sauce and this plantain. That's all.
Yeah!
I'm already talking about it.
No.
Father is calling.
If I are talking, it's like a pen of a ready writer.
My tongue is like a pen
Of a ready writer.
Yes, sir.
No, it's something like a dummy of a ready eater.
Okay, ready eater.
The writer again.
There is a river inside of water that is ready to drown the whole food in this house. Have you ever tasted it? Let me see what it's
No, I try to see me eat that before. I just sound no see.
Because I carry one from like this.
Who collect last? Everyone collect food that I can carry to go wash my brother.
But you don't give me the food. You did I carry the
You
food.
carry out to my brother. The last man, the other man that live already. This man shall be the last man.
No, come on.
If I go outside and you don't talk, I don't want to run up and down.
You just think because you don't know how to tell you know it's not always complain that you want to.
To make rice, egg sauce,
she
fried
was-
plantain with this remaining egg and that little stew, it will go round. So we use the egg sauce to eat the rice.
But this is
I will use plantain.
This is for 15 people.
Yes, and
So
as
we
I
can't say
said,
one each one.
I think the last Texas they made, they had about 10 eggs. I mean,
Yes,
10, I mean. And how many is this? This is going up to 10.
And that one no tomato, nothing. But this one.
No, they added started tomato.
No, I see the one we should do no tomato.
Okay, but there was only for that this one that she added a lot of.
Tomato eat this one too.
Yeah. Oh, wait, you want?
Okay, think tomato.
Yes. So now there's onions.
There's no sense one. There's no even
As a matter of fact, it's even fresh tomato. So what the perfect sex with rice. I mean, blessings, you don't want rice.
And this plant.
Be any kind of rice.
Why are you saying, I mean, blessing, no, we you already know that you like rice. That's
See, person wey don keep plate. Where that your plate, sir?
I can't put fowl waste inside fridge.
Fowl waste.
Fowl waste.
Okay.
We don't know you guys tomorrow.
We are suggesting. We don't know.
I will remove it with immediate effect.
What?
My plate now. Fridge.
I don't understand.
I have a plate for rice.
For rice. No, she don't get me. She get cooler. Mini cooler.
You are not taking golden. We will protest tomorrow morning. No golden more. No complaint. Wake up. If it's going to be when we are doing morning devotion, entirely let them select well. Let them start cooking.
Like that.
Yes. Cook rice, egg sauce, fried plantain. Before morning devotion.
I was sure.
So we can even add spag, this two spag to that rice, to save rice. Instead of the normal small rice, add two spag and plantain, that's all. And now, pepper sauce will make sense of talk there.
Why? Can you have plenty sugar? Chewing gum.
Talking about
My mommy.
Pastor, this is
Mommy.
One and only mommy.
Daddy.
The kid don't turn to son.
It's complete.
No matter how stressful this project is, as long as it's a drama, it will always be ending in fun. Because drama is always meant to be fun. Drama is because you see different realities of characters and it's going to be fun. Now everybody did also.
Somebody says something like, I'll be there in 2 Pastor says, each time that they hear pastor says, who be this?
Wait,
Then we go face the music, he feels like a loser now. That's the only place. I said, this guy, see. It was just encouragement. I noticed a lot of people doing writing. Abigail knows it was me. But we have not been talking directly, but she knows it was me. I sent General one, call inbox and write plenty apology like this. The guy said we didn't apologize, but he didn't come to the group to say anything. But I went to the group, apologized, came to him. You know, somebody again mistook something again. I did the same. But these two people, the only pastor wisdom and they talk with the guy from Jos.
That day was the day my dad was doing his retirement.
Oh.
So yeah, I was just checking my phone. Before they started your program.
No, I don't know how to be.
I don't know who I do. I just thought.
Did you give anybody your number that day?
I think he came
He's
to
the
me.
one. He's the one that just went randomly and picked it.
Let's collect your number.
He took my number. He took a lot of people's number. That group at least 10.
He did collect my number, but I don't know how he got it. We didn't exchange numbers.
Me, I saw him behind me, so he took my number.
Yeah.
Wilfred was around.
He was the one that he collected a lot of people's numbers.
Yeah, he took
me. I'm not even. The only thing I know, I admire this guy. Not the phone fine boy. He was
the first person.
You inbox him because you knew inbox me.
No. I don't even know his handles.
Pastor T was the first person that messaged me on Facebook. I said, who be this shop? They message me for Facebook. Who be this old man? I can't go check people. I said, as this guy there, where you friend, you they message people for Facebook. Let it happen. I go check people. I say, okay, this guy. I say, next thing now, I followed back. Then maybe I think he sent me one. Shared one of his posts.
He does that. Oh Lord.
Say what?
He does that.
What is in this month? You will receive grace. This Papa, I beg.
I saw that post. I saw those posts on his phone. When there's one post Stevie did, because Stevie sent me friend request. Blessing sent me friend request. But me, I don't be Facebook person. I barely do Facebook. So
write me for anywhere. So long as you are my friend, write me for anywhere I go right.
Some custodians send me friend request. I don't forget them. But about 2 or 3 or 4 of them. So when they send me, I go when they come home, and this is after the unveiling. So when they send me, I go say, this person that the person they unveil now. So I just went to their profile. I checked them. So you get one post where Steven do where intag almost all intag almost all the custodians.
Maybe you're not following.
Don't tag me.
Maybe I use friend.
You don't even tag me too.
I come from there. Come say, if truly all the custodians are here, why am I? And there you come no saying that. One girl follow me up. Say why would I be out there if I'm not one of them? I can't refer the guys. At least you should have looked at my profile picture to even know.
Facebook people know, they know.
I beg.
Facebook, I know.
Now this is not why I'm here.
You go see one 50
him even apologize. So person
year old girl go enter my DM. Hi babe.
You always shock me fast now. Fine. Okay. Before I go further, let me shoot my shot. Let me go straight to the point. I want to shoot my shot.
And if you go check the person profile, you see one.
I'm telling you. Say you want to shoot the shot.
And you say shoot.
I mean, I go write you shoot.
You have to talk. And you go hear what you
shot.
Change she shot well.
He hit her for leg. And immediately she left. She didn't that day she didn't chat me up again, and she just went straight to the point that this is what I came for. Are you in?
Do you know even as what Facebook time the people that use Facebook are kids?
Yes, now.
Do you know that even as a married man, as a bride did like I still receive hi, hello, hey dear. For my DM, I will tell you the best way you know me.
I will not block you straight up.
I won't open the person never even maybe he just send me friend request. I never accept to just enter my DM. I won't click. I'll see one day wait maybe he just want ride here or he just ride here. I won't look at like this. I won't go the person profile. I won't from my mind. I won't like wait. Is it that these people don't? Yes. These people don't. They don't use they need to check person profile before they DM the person. It's just maybe they will just only check your profile picture. You don't find. As you just make it fresh more. Like I can't check this thing. And most of them they don't even use better phone. When we say they use all this kind of way where they carry messenger. Now this one where you see like invite to messenger. That means they don't get messenger installed in their phone. They use maybe Facebook, all the Facebook lights. All those small for you, those are teenagers where their parents they buy phone for. God, it goes to show one thing that there are a lot of perverted individuals out there who would try on this young. Of course, yes. Now, what if small girls don't see? That's why if I approach some issues with this, I want to be attacked. I didn't even like the fact that because what my eye don't see, what if small girl don't see 15, 16, 17-year-old, what if they don't see? When you say enter man's DM, he send a hi, hello. You don't want to answer me again. Okay, no problem. I didn't tell you, I will not bug you again. Plenty, no be one, no be two, no be three. Like every I open my Facebook today. No, it's not about looks. And even if it's about looks itself, small girl, they enter stranger's DM. You said check wetin she don see, wetin give the person that moral. Why? Social perversion.
Most times, it's on the other side too. Themselves as a small rich, don't still get some other big guys where they enter their.
How they tell you now? They put their hand.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, man. I say social perversion. Society don't mess up. When we say abnormal things don't become normal. These girls are exposed at early age of 12, 13. Some of them don't do sex from that age, whether we like to accept or not. And the funny thing is 80% I don't break, but a lot of them are church girls. They go church.
Of course.
Teenagers in church. A lot of them. Now why I talk that thing where we say una misunderstand the time, so no give Bible face. It gets angle. Go follow these people. No, we say Bible always stay standard, they're consistent. Now that one when they leave out, when I say leave out Bible, I don't say leave out God, leave out spirituality. No, I mean let's attack this in a contemporary way. Prayer gives us an edge. The scriptures gives us an edge because these people know Bible, they know scriptures. In fact, maybe I have a daughter or I have a son. God forbid, but he can't expose himself to all these kind of things. All the life since he was born, we dey go church, we dey do devotion, we dey preach for the house. We don't invite values for this pikin, but he still go dey smoke weed. He still join back down. Before he's 15 years, he don't sleep with 4, 5 girls. He's no longer a virgin. Do you think he's responsible for things like this? Social perversion. The child has a spiritual life, he also has a physical life, he has a social life. In the mix with people, if you don't tackle all the areas where if you don't have balance in all of them, you know go fit save these people. That has been my point from day one in this house. When I say okay, let's attack this thing squarely. My dear, you know what? When they send me some of this message, you know what I think to myself? I come like, so if say I be that kind of guy now, bros, I kid you not, I would sleep with this at least one new girl every week. Every week, new one. No be say this thing. If say our phones there, I will show you all the messages. Because they laugh. And I'm married though. No, can't talk about the single guys like yourself now. So only the man trying to do something. No, it's not even that one. Our society don't. Social media don't finish our society. Our children, most of them, they don't go. Most of them don't go. The teenagers especially, most of them don't go. Social media don't fit. Social media makes it look like, in fact, the major purpose of social media is just hook up.
They even tell you how to for one.
Make friends. That's the idea.
I don't call the app name.
I think our educational syllabus has to. I think it's time our educational syllabus to have social media as a subject in our schools, or maybe they can add up social studies.
No joke.
Put on social media. May they teach on
the mind of these young children can be educated right.
Yes. May they teach on because this thing is really busy. It's disgusting, and the worst part is say you now as a parent you are busy. You have to pay bills. You are busy as the man, of course. Your wife is also busy because the marriage of these days, both couples are working. Both of the couple they are working. How do you see stay-at-home wife now or stay-at-home husband? Except for those where they do this kind of job, this freelancing or digital jobs. And even at that, you don't still get the time because you be there in your office. People get office for their homes.
Yes, no.
You be there in your office for your home. Lock yourself from there from morning to night. Your child might be under your roof, masturbating, doing all kinds of things, watching pornography, and you don't even know. Yes, there.
It's not lipstick. Use my lips already.
No, just put oil.
You know what is? You're using too much force.
No,
don't use oil.
You should have asked them.
I asked for wipes. She doesn't have.
You can't even use wipes. We will not go. It's matte lipstick.
You don't engage with 4 hours. This thing.
I don't know.
Use oil.
You know what is vampire film?
Why are you not body as if they don't want
It's spilling me already now.
Because you're using force to do it.
While you're doing it, I'm sure something is telling you this cannot be how they take this thing.
Exactly.
Everybody's doing it every day.
Even wipes, it's always waste.
Advised me to do to use soap, wash it. I tried.
Really?
Yes, no.
Who advise you? As I say, really, who advise you to use it? Say like that when they makeup advice. Honestly, not take groundnut oil. Amarachi, groundnut oil, put your hands on it, rub it over your lips, and wait for the while.
After a while, you just come on.
There's no groundnut oil.
I thought they told you now.
Go to our room, you see my anointing oil. The way I used to look, she don't chop the lips tire.
Why are you like this? Why are you such a good?
Who gave you this?
Hey, at that house.
For it here, man. How's this?
You look like.
How's this?
It's trombone.
So where's the okay? You're using this as your
Question mark.
No question mark here. One no question mark. The other one not trombone.
There's last claim. There's a.
I don't understand you. 1, 2, 3. This is the line you're using. Because if this is the line you're using, it's too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Cheap.
I want to read music. I didn't know now.
Gospel. GB.
I just want to know some of lower
octave. So as I see that Stevie post, but we in tag those people.
You not tag me on.
He don't tag me too now. Now there I can't take note because I don't even know them before.
Maybe you they ask why am I not here? Now me now. We one girl ask me. We one girl just the girl later come go ask me as friend. I don't accept them. Say why would they argue if you are not one of them?
See with Facebook people.
Who be this one? I just read that at least you should have.
If na Instagram person will go your profile
first.
Go check some of your
another place you don't want to mess around the street.
No,
don't even go there. Now why children don't they want go there because they don't understand how it works.
Very funny.
Just leave Twitter.
Facebook, anybody you will see 12-year-old will open account. You put 1981. You can't send me request with no picture.
Now for it is
I didn't accept this.
You go
exactly.
If before I accept you,
2 pictures, 3 pictures.
Even when you get all those fake
picture that is not your
every time, no, even when it be edited, all edited picture, I won't accept you. You're a fake person.
Which have been edited again? Studio picture.
Normal studio, everything. You don't get live.
No, I need to do that. Maybe the person
that use picture now. I'm not gonna accept you.
I can edit my picture, it's my choice.
No, you don't understand. Don't you have a picture of you, normal picture of you?
Instagram, I buy filter that I use for my page aesthetics. I'm saying that people literally do. No, don't say to my face all the time.
Don't scatter now. Now Facebook is the top. Nobody has done
even on Facebook, if I ask you,
you're not even there active on Facebook, so don't know your business. Don't get picture. You feel like ghost.
Me, I don't have picture on my Facebook. Do you know my account? What's my account handle?
Ishi, they posted you now.
Yeah, what's my account handle?
Don't worry.
I don't have a picture on my account.
How many pictures you get for your Facebook? Not be Instagram. Talk now. You get 10 pictures for your account.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Funny thing, my Facebook account is linked to my Instagram. So every post that comes from Instagram goes on my Facebook page. So you don't actually check.
You don't do nothing on Facebook, do you?
I will not accuse you.
There's nobody I've not commented on their post.
All of them are just zone me. Nobody even.
See,
I don't get contact with one person.
Alive.
The only
They
person
write you.
Me.
Yes, your Facebook.
Hey,
I know inbox you directly, but I know mean inbox, but I they write everything you post. I know they comment.
When I got to the
yes, me to your Instagram.
My Instagram.
I don't message one
first. Except maybe my
Now me
Instagram.
they tell you to the greatness. Abigail on Facebook and they follow. And they tell them things where she dey do.
I will check them. I will check them.
I don't talk to him.
The only person
I go say I don't know. I don't even bother. I don't know. Ayo. You understand? But every other person.
It's not a Vicky number, so you believe say you do something bad.
When they launch, I know say you go drag that. When they launch anybody, all of them as they unveil, I commented and I liked everybody's post. Holy Spirit told me to do that.
Maybe that one I will comment.
Go your Facebook, go your Insta, go your Insta.
Gospel.
I will check.
Check out. I get
the only person
I purposely don't add anybody.
The only person that connected me.
The
only person that connected with me on social media.
Gil, me and add me.
Gil sent me a friend request.
Why are you trying to make it like me? I'm trying to. Why are you trying to make it like me? I'm trying to find out.
Your Instagram, I was there. I saw your Instagram. I checked your Instagram. In fact, that was where I read some of your songs.
Yes, you said.
So don't be like say.
And they think you, and they like, and they comment. Go check them out. I possibly no follow because everybody they protect themselves. Because you know say that.
But you don't know the kind person wey be, and they say make you know.
They say make we know nothing. Do you understand? That's also I stayed up, but not like this.
The only person that reached out to me was what's his name? That time he was creating a WhatsApp.
So if you want to have this conversation,
when he now came to my, he sent me a friend request first and I accept. He gonna call my DM. He gonna say
you were talking like this.
Concrete, yeah. Because I bet my number. Say they create. Say there's in one create WhatsApp group. Where all of us go the yarn. Now I can ask him question. I say, is this approved? They know about this thing.
See why I don't want connect. I love this anyway. But I commented on everybody's one.
Because the thing seemed weird to me. We never enter house.
You knew that. And you still went.
So I said, the reason why I asked is they say we don't connect with each other first until we enter the house. Because the truth, but for a reality show, is not good. If you do that, that means I'll call no one safe from outside. Because you want to enter house, I'm not going to be stranger. And I'll call my friend. When I'm not going to be stranger,
what do you think I know? What is your instinct telling you?
Okay, that means they created.
What makes you think I even saw anything?
When the information cast
because I want you to look up. Because I'm trying to let you know. You don't need to go.
All we did,
as a
honestly.
That one's different. That one are just from audition.
Bros, we pray from audition. We pray, bros. Every night, 10 we dey pray.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I just pulling me. I'm not pulling you.
Sorry.
Why you gonna say blood now?
I know they said I want sorry.
What is that even? Why should I?
Hey, I didn't see how big a post.
I didn't see him.
This one where they strange thank you guys.
You get one page like that.
Welcome. Today we'll be discussing addiction.
Ways
of getting out of addiction. Please join us live by 2 p.m.
No, I like what she's doing. She has a passion for.
But she did one Babalawo, and that one.
No Babalawo, because I did this Instagram thing where I will point to something.
Yeah, not
Babalawo.
Babalawo thing there. Don't mind that.
When I saw her page, I just followed instantly.
Yeah, I followed the page. I'm on that page, but she never said anything.
They say people don't contact each other now.
Oh, now what I do?
Even when Steve
Wait till he go take you to say thank you for
he was
comment.
opening a WhatsApp group, I questioned him. I said, "Is this apostle? Did they ask you to do this?" He then said he's led. So make it look like this
Who was the
And actually, they called him to remove
Who
it.
told
Obviously, the angel.
father's house?
There are two angels in our midst, obviously.
And when I commented on that WhatsApp, listen, Eunice was the person who followed.
Yes, now I don't understand.
Now the angels,
now. Even if it's not Eunice, we have two angels.
The second angel needs to be
Me, I knew. And when they dissolved the group, I went and told that probably that.
He made this thing into me. I said this thing is good. You know why? I'm not explaining this now. It's a reality show. You are not supposed to connect
until you get to
because why if you do so, it will not be friends.
Yes.
Before you come out, no new thing again. When I come be the day like
Come on, let's connect with anyone.
So when they started anything, I
connected with.
I didn't say anything. I think that group last I was in that group for like 2 days. Now our group go.
Yes, only 2 days. That day we had an hour.
I think that day, then the following day. As I wake up, the next day when I hold my phone like this. Now I call my wife. I say, "See what I tell you yesterday." She called it laugh. She said, "It was not right now." But I dropped my number because if I don't give now, the guy go say, this one. He said it now because I didn't give the number instantly.
It was on Facebook.
I didn't give the number instantly. I first asked him a few questions and all. So in his mind, he then said before we came to that he was like, this person, a tough person down. This guy could inform where we see. So when we got to the house and he saw another version of the book, he said, "Will they play the laugh?" Like, the same person with this. That's why they say never judge a book by its cover.
This time of my life, I don't even bother about anybody. You go judge. I begin to worry that year. In men, if you caught fish for house people.
And I noticed
she. On my mind, I see these people.
She started vlogging. That vlogging.
Yes.
And I think it has not been too long. She started it, and she has been able to grow the page to a little size. So with consistency now,
everything
she will become mega influencer. In fact, you're already mega influencer. What am I saying? You will come and meet your page like 10,000 or 100,000.
All those kind of 5,000 will be say underground, you get like 20,000 people that admire you.
For the ministry.
Yes, sir. No, me, I know say in the next 1 to 2 years, my account should be like 500,000.
People are collecting jobs now.
Exactly, because deliberate things will they come for proof.
But how many people now do you have to have for IG?
Even from 10.
There's no
from 10 to 5.
So how do they verify?
You get as a
just get out. If your activities
very active followers, yes. Comments and likes. You can from 10,000.
There's a model this time. She got verified at 3,000.
Yes, I get people who verify for 5K. Moses, please, they verified Moses.
Check their posts. Let's say for you that you're having 3,000 followers, you post something and you're having like 2,800 comments, 2,800 likes. So that means everybody
follows all your followers.
They are real.
So that is why it takes all the celebrity, big, this people that verify.
You know why? Because now, you go see a person will get 10 million, one comment, they see 20,000 in house.
So if you can create like a community of people that are active about maybe 1,000, 2,000.
They will verify you, they do everything with your picture, video, social video, more. Video gives you this thing.
Congratulations.
Your lips fine.
So you get Google account. You get Google account. You already have a YouTube channel.
Yes, Daddy.
So once you just click on YouTube, you see
what's his name?
my channel.
Make it not catch you. What's the go do? Lesson. He go just dey laugh. He's supposed to come and pay homage because we know the road. Yes. Okay, you don't want the grace. No, he said, oh, okay, because I've red hair now. You don't want the grace. Holy Spirit, somebody has done something with grace. I'm greatness.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One of my friends. we went somewhere and they were talking about something where people get useless. The other guy just shouted, anybody will go out anyhow. Say you are playing with his name is testimony, no testimony. You know, realize that somebody will play with and they play with his testimony. I say now so anybody will play with me, they play with him. I say Mama! That's how I approach myself.
Ordinary Instagram,
Anthony, one of the sinners.
Content creation is an industry,
and that one this life was.
I have a friend, she's
Anthony,
to set up a blog
for you know teacher.
On just real estate, they go land now, make video for now. Congo house, make that video, let's talk about it.
I just wanted to understand the following children. This babe when I did what I tried to understand the designers. My father's my father's but I wanted my children to have my name before that.
Stand where you go like this. That's the whole then I self-esteem, get what you call it. It turns on by itself. It tries to get that. One uses motion sensor.
And it's not a bad tripods like that. For phones,
this is not good greatness. Especially so it turns on its own if you are trying to catch all the angle on your face.
That's why there's a so there. All of them get.
How much you buy it? I would love to get.
Of course, every other person they give them name.
Kind of on the high side, right? It's my mind.
All them like this. Not much.
Yeah,
get
the selfie that they do.
Let's see how
the selfie that they do
now.
Some
people get one of my. So yeah, anything with the fish like Nigeria from maybe. There's a movie. You know, being the very first grandchild. My phone box man is brand new, but that because remove that seal. You know that seal and the right seal is broken. Yes, now for them you guys like that.
How much is that?
Their system is supposed to be around maybe 2 cents. So everybody is just that's one ground. So growing up, I know those names I was fighting was just because of for the first child, not just the first child, but this one.
I don't remember.
Not many guys don't need to rush.
No, I don't
get a good phone. Get a good phone with a good space.
As people I want to go back and see.
You go see, you see, get the way you level your followers control, but all your content and once I'm monetized, for that is done. Just get when you go back home, get better space and try to use my phone.
Yeah, that's what I use my one. But I have a ring light. I bought a ring light.
And the basic things like just now my wife, if I want you to be my wife did that and I have a ring light.
Practically me at 11
20 people.
Twin. And they'll be beside each other and they will communicate. But then you work on the roles differently.
Okay, that's what marriage is just.
Yeah. You know, it's like I got there that she has done. She recommended the app. She recommended the she did have better for banks for phone apps that you pay for 5,000, 6K, 7K for those apps. Like you see the top, the only thing is they can't touch each other. Those two but they can't touch.
She don't have a fake life. She go one phone.
Oh, she's the one that know her. That remove her hair, remove her phone, everything I'm saying. I watched her. She said I know her. She said everything is true. She removed her hair, changed her face makeup, changed the phone and her card.
As at that time when we left
As a lot.
We want press one international.
No, I watch a lot of those people on Instagram. I follow a lot of them. And I saw all those crazy
during lockdown. Some people were actually following that. So we returned there. I was doing cool cartoons.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You must I don't know Instagram.
What's they pay them more? What's they pay them more? Only one ad like this, we get 200K. Depending on how big the brand is, they still get. Then you get the way your engagement Instagram stuff.
Sure, it's on your Instagram.
I came with my auntie first. You get those see your Instagram left me there and left.
That's how you keep checking your
when I started doing reels, it was sweeting me. Hey God, I want to call them. If you know that we post it,
I can only say God thank you.
On your page.
One thing I like, you don't raise any people for the
so
it's not always very genuine.
It's not genuine, but it's a way of making people come to your page. Let me get to view your page because of you. I love people that comment on my videos because of you.
The next day,
because after I top celebrities, so I wanted it to go well on the page. So I would tell you,
she really
post on your story.
She really
yes.
So from your story, people will
direct her.
But I'm forgiving this.
Come on, let me rap.
So that's why ordinarily if she had gotten calm down and married, I would not thank God she stood.
What do you do? What do you do?
In fact, at the point I that's the person that God knows.
Catch 2
No,
hours.
that's
the thing.
At the point that just the
when you go, you won't eat, you won't drink.
No, I remain little to
growing up was tough. How many times was tough for promise?
That's the
Out of everybody where it's married to a country couple.
I better contain something now if I get out. So I don't get out there and start so anything else is
so what I like just in process when I left my dad's brother sister now carrying me back to I'm grown now. So I said okay, I know her because she normally comes to only my papa no fear no cry about my in brother really like our officer don't come and work with former General of Police Mustafa Balogun. We worked with him because it's ADC. So when she came, I just quickly said, okay, I want to talk to my girl.
even me, I don't understand.
And she promised to put me back
Even me, I don't
yes,
understand.
knowing that I wanted to. It's not as if I wasn't doing it, not because I was done.
So essentially to preserve this plantain, tomorrow if they can make rice, little pepper, let them add egg sauce, and fry plantain.
No one.
Right there. They can fry it with red pepper. Can make do of that. So prepare egg sauce with the little pepper, this fresh tomato as well with this egg. We will use rice and eat plantain, especially this one, to spoil. Because if not,
It's quite.
see. Because if not, by that tomorrow they will tell us to take.
So the person that will be begging for.
They will tell us to take golden boy. And after that golden boy, we wait till the afternoon till night since there is soup already.
These guys are frustrating me. I don't want quarrel.
This thing not hard.
I don't want quarrel with anybody in this kitchen. And they are not doing what they are supposed to be doing in the kitchen.
Tomorrow. You want to know this? One of these should be for Rose. Rose skin. Yeah, this is for Rose.
Now I'm waiting. Not ever. I did. I see.
Okay, you're not eating again. You're not eating again. You're not eating again.
I'm going to. I don't say meat no this.
My name is Guidlines.
I got president. I don't know.
I am playing behind.
Where is the accompaniment of this
project was birthed out of love, and this is playing that thing and able mind the devil works. Why don't you take
now you rain on my team
and make it happen for her workshop? The mind. So if the mind is going to be an accusation or a training from different sectors: music production, cinematography, interior design, graphic design, and fashion design. Now, there's going to be a 6-month training for these sectors. After the 6-month training, a 4-month work space will be created for those people who were trained. After that, a 1-month break will be given to them, everybody. Then a graduation ceremony / projects pitching will be organized for these people. Now, they are going to be certified in their various sectors, and